They work harder. They fight to stay close. This doesn't mean being cruel. It means being strategic. Give small rewards, then pull back. Show attention, then turn away. Make your presence feel like a prize. Those who feel chosen will give you more than those who feel safe. History's most powerful leaders always kept their circles competing. Allies stayed sharp because they feared being replaced. Enemies hesitated because they never knew who had the leader's ear. Machiavelli once said, "Men are driven by two principal impulses, either by love or by fear. If they want your approval, you hold the strings." Rule 12. Silence is your greatest weapon. Words are cheap. Silence is expensive. The moment you speak, you reveal your thoughts, your fears, and your intentions. But when you stay silent, people are forced to guess, and guessing creates fear. Silence makes others uncomfortable. They start to overthink. They wonder what you know, what you plan, and what you truly think of them. Many will reveal their own secrets just to break the tension your silence creates. The powerful understand timing. They speak rarely, but when they do, every word feels heavy. Silence builds anticipation. It creates space for others to expose themselves while you remain untouchable. In arguments, silence destroys arrogance. In negotiations, it forces the other side to fill the gap with concessions. In life, it makes people lean toward you because mystery is magnetic. Machiavelli once said, "A wise man ought always to follow the paths beaten by great men and imitate those who have been supreme. Speak less, watch more, let your silence shake the room." Rule 13. Crush threats before they grow. A small problem ignored becomes a disaster. A minor enemy tolerated becomes a rival. Powerful people don't wait for threats to mature. They end them while they're still weak. In life, the person who gossips about you today will try to ruin you tomorrow. The co-worker who competes silently will one day challenge your position. The family member who envies you will eventually strike when your guard is down. You cannot be sentimental in the game of power. Address threats quickly and quietly. Remove them from your circle, cut their influence, or outshine them so completely they can't rise again. If you wait until they are strong, it's already too late. History favors the decisive. The rulers who survived were not the kindest. They were the most vigilant. Mercy for a growing threat is cruelty to yourself. Machiavelli once said, "The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. Protect your throne. End problems before they learn to walk." Rule 14. Never fight battles that don't serve you. Not every fight is worth your energy. The weak react to everything. The powerful choose their battles with precision. In life, people will provoke you, online, at work, even at home. They want to pull you into small wars that waste your time and drain your focus. Every minute you spend on meaningless fights is a minute you are not building your empire. Before engaging, ask yourself, if I win this battle, do I gain power or just satisfaction? If it only feeds your ego, walk away. Silence will hurt your enemy more than your words ever could. The great strategists of history avoided distractions. They knew their energy was a weapon, and wasting it on petty conflicts only weakened their real mission. Focus on moves that grow your influence, your resources, and your position. Let the small people fight over crumbs. You're after the throne. Machiavelli once said, "He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command." Control yourself first, and you will control the game. Rule 15. Always appear strong, even when you're not. Power is perception. People believe what they see, not what is true. If you look weak, they will treat you as weak. If you look strong, even in your hardest moments, they will hesitate to challenge you. Life is full of storms, losses, setbacks, betrayals. But the powerful never let the world see them break. They suffer in silence, then rise in public as if nothing touched them. This illusion of strength protects them because most people attack only when they sense vulnerability. Even in negotiations, in conflict, in daily life, Carry yourself like a fortress. Speak calmly. Move with purpose. Hold your posture as if nothing can shake you. The confidence you project becomes armor. People respect it. Enemies fear it. Behind closed doors you can plan, heal, and rebuild. But in the public eye, you are a mountain. Machiavelli once said, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." Powerful people control the story others believe. Rule 16. Build power in the shadows. Real power doesn't announce itself. It grows silently. The people who brag, boast, and show off are always the first to fall because they expose themselves before their foundation is strong. The powerful work in silence. They make connections quietly. They acquire skills and resources while others are distracted. They let the world believe they are ordinary until they are untouchable. When your power is built in the shadows, no one can destroy it because no one saw it coming. By the time your enemies realize your strength, it's too late to stop you. Think of the most dominant people in history or business. They moved strategically, built alliances carefully, and struck only when success was guaranteed. The quiet rise is the deadliest rise. Be patient. Keep your wins private until they are undeniable. Protect your plans like treasure. Every step you take in silence increases the shock of your eventual move. Machiavelli once said, "The wise man does at once what the fool does finally." Build your empire where no one is watching. Rule 17. Use fear to keep people in line. Love makes people comfortable. Fear keeps them alert. If everyone around you feels completely safe, they will eventually test your limits. They will grow bold, careless, and disrespectful. But a small dose of fear keeps order where words cannot. This doesn't mean ruling with cruelty. It means never letting people forget the consequences of crossing you. Maybe it's the way you look at someone when they overstep. Maybe it's how quickly you cut off someone who disrespects your boundaries. Maybe it's the silence after betrayal that leaves them wondering what comes next. The powerful make people think twice before challenging them. Fear creates hesitation, and hesitation keeps you in control. Even in friendships, relationships, or business, respect comes from understanding that stepping out of line has a cost. Machiavelli once said, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." Let them admire you, but make sure a part of them fears losing you or facing you. Rule 18. Control information. Control power. The person who controls the flow of information controls the game. Knowledge is power, but only if you decide who knows what and when. In life, the loudest people often know the least. They talk, they overshare, and they give away their leverage. The powerful do the opposite. They filter information. They feed people only what serves their strategy, never the full truth. At work, in business, even in personal relationships, the one who decides what is revealed and what is hidden silently runs the show. People cannot attack what they do not understand. They cannot sabotage what they cannot see. Even a rumor can be a weapon if you plant it at the right time. Misdirection keeps enemies chasing shadows while you make real moves. Control the narrative and you control perception. Control perception and you control reality. Machiavelli once said, "Men are driven by two principal impulses, either by love or by fear. Information is the leash that keeps both in your hands." Rule 19. Cut off weakness without mercy. Weakness spreads like a disease. If you surround yourself with lazy, fearful, or disloyal people, their energy will infect you. They will slow your moves, drain your focus, and pull you into their failures. The powerful are ruthless about their circle. They keep people who are sharp, loyal, and useful. Everyone else is cut off, quickly and quietly. This isn't cruelty, it's survival. Look at your life right now. Who makes excuses? Who brings drama? Who's always taking but never giving? Every moment you tolerate them, you lose momentum. Power demands clarity, and dead weight is the enemy of clarity. Even in yourself, cut off weakness. Destroy the habits that make you soft. Face the fears that hold you back. If you carry weakness, the world will smell it and attack. Machiavelli once said, "The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. Your power is only as strong as the people and habits you allow near it." Rule 20. Always leave them guessing. Predictability is weakness. The moment people can read your next move, they can control it. They can trap you, outmaneuver you, or destroy your advantage before you even act. Power thrives in unpredictability. When people can't figure you out, they hesitate. They overthink. They waste energy trying to predict your next step while you move freely. In life, never let anyone fully map your patterns. Change your routines. Switch up your approach. Surprise with your timing. Sometimes disappear when they expect you to show up. Sometimes strike when they think you're asleep. Even in conversations, unpredictability works. A pause, a smile, a sudden change of topic, all make people lean in. Mystery forces respect because people fear what they cannot calculate. Machiavelli once said, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Keep your opponents in the dark, keep your friends curious, and keep the world guessing. The unknown is your shield." Rule 21. Leave a legacy of power, not noise. Most people live loud and die forgotten. They chase attention, arguments, and small victories that vanish the moment they're gone. The powerful think differently. They play for legacy, not applause. Legacy is built through moves that outlive your presence. It's the business you create, the influence you establish, the reputation you carve into the minds of others. When you move with long-term intention, every decision becomes sharper, and every action carries weight. This also means knowing when to step back. The loudest man in the room often burns out first. The quiet strategist, who plants seeds and lets them grow, becomes untouchable even in absence. Ask yourself daily, if I disappeared tomorrow, would my presence still be felt? If the answer is no, you're playing too small. Machiavelli once said, "The best fortress is to be found in the love of the people." True power is not noise. It's the echo you leave behind when you no longer need to speak. Now you see the world for what it really is, a game of masks, moves, and quiet wars. The weak get played, the powerful write the rules. You've just learned Machiavelli's 21 rules of power. These aren't just ideas, they are weapons. But weapons mean nothing if you don't use them. Starting today, walk differently, speak less, watch more, move like a shadow, and strike only when it matters. Let the world wonder why you cannot be shaken, why every loss turns into a win, and why their games no longer touch you. Remember this, power isn't taken, it's built. Every choice, every silence, every calculated move adds to the throne you are quietly constructing. If this message lit something inside you, drop this in the comments right now. I don't chase power, I become it. And never forget, the most dangerous man is the one they can't read, and the one they can't stop thinking about, long after he's gone.